Hello, traders. Welcome to the stream. Good to see y'all. Yeah, where we got some movement on Binance Coin. Nothing on Bitcoin. It's down $55 today, and that's kind of the problem, right? I mean, like when Bitcoin does nothing, and your third largest crypto market cap coin in the world is plummeting. I mean, it was down over 4% at one point today. Saw a low of $206.50, and that's the lowest price you had seen since June 30th, 2022. And if all stays the same or equal, even though a nice bounce has occurred intraday, it will be, in less than 1 hour, the lowest daily candle close on Binance Coin since June 18th, 2022. That is Black Saturday. So very bad. And also, it will be a confirmed candle close breakdown below that one low, right, from May 23rd, 2021. Very bad. I mean, that's like pretty awful. Your guess you might close above the February 28, 2021 candle low close, but these are just terrible developments on an asset that is I think it very well could be a market driver if this support doesn't hold here, which I'm not gonna say it's this time it's not gonna hold. You have to have that mentality where you can't act like you know what's coming next, because the market will humble you. And you wonder, like, how could it not happen next? Well, just look at the RSI. I mean, like, how do we think about it? Like, where it's like your second time being severely oversold on the daily. It's at 20. How does it flush with such severely oversold RSI? I mean, normally this is the area where bounces in price occur. So that's like the contradiction to this whole support's going to break and we're about to go to $40 sooner rather than later. Just that right there. I mean, the negative momentum looks good for lower prices, but yeah, you just got to wonder if some sort of stalling. I would think like the oscillators, that RSI might need to reset some, and you get some extreme underperformance from the bullish divergence that would develop if a pivot did occur here. You would get that. It would be amazing bullish divergence too. So that's where we're at. I mean, you don't have to wonder about these things if you were like, hey, trying to make money on this. You're not having to worry about will it break support now or later, because your entry is not like here. Your entry was at a top, right? You short high, you sell high, right? You sell short high, you buy low. This is low. The context is miserable, where you would think, oh yeah, just thinking about the psychology of buyers and sellers, this is the worst, because the buyers put in, I mean, they gave it their best shot for over a year to break a key level, and they failed, and all the peaks were substantially lower than the previous peaks from April and February 2022 and the ones before it. So downtrending still, but at support. So you're going against the buy low, sell high mantra if you were like shorting this right now. But if you were already in the short and you had been in the short, okay, you got nothing to worry about, because you've already taken profit on that position, and you're just waiting for that third target to be achieved around 184. But I think if you're at 184, mother of God, use your imagination, looking left, understanding it's a bubble, and the bubble is not even close to being deflated. The bubble would be deflated almost completely at $40. All right, so just, you can't just look at it like, oh, BNB's about to collapse right now, it's all over. I mean, the RSI could stay oversold for a long time. This thing could end up making a lower low than the low we saw mid-June if things really get bad. But I just think about them being the custodian, like they have been like the, with a capital V, custodian and facilitator of buy orders and sell orders for your name brand S coin beanie babies, right? So like, yeah, what will happen to them if BNB, if CZ, because it's him, it's like no one else really. There's no institute, maybe a communist Chinese, I don't know, but I don't think there's anyone else in the world trying to defend this level besides the guy who it's in his best interest in self-preservation. all it will take is a little sneeze on Bitcoin at this point to break the support. That's how bad things are. And he would have to liquidate his Bitcoin holdings to keep this price defended, this key support defended. But we got this is a development. This is very interesting. Not really surprising. You're just the big question is, I think it'll roll over at some point, but it's just, is it like imminent, like coming within the next couple weeks, few weeks, month, or is it going to take 6 effing months because we got to reset these oscillators and, you know, CZ's got enough and Bitcoin bounces and then we rally and then some sort of W shape develops, you roll over at 315. Oh my God. I would just rather thy kingdom come, thy will be done sooner rather than later. Let's get this over with, man. Because if BNB collapses, the altcoins collapse too. Most of them, almost all of them will collapse. Just because I think them being the biggest facilitator of buy orders and sell orders, I think they own a lot of these S coins. They would offload them, right? Oh, Ethereum ticker stuck. My bad. Let me shouldn't be, but let me what? No, we're good, man. We're good. I know it does that. If there's certain things that happen with OBS, should be all right now. Larry. All right, it's moving. Is Bitcoin good? Let's see. I've just been talking. All right. So hello, chat traders. Jackson Hole coming up, and then we got about another good week of trading in the month of August, and September is normally a terrible month for equities, one of the worst. And we're at 786s, 886s, but then you got Nvidia just going nuts, getting upgraded. Tech's kind of recovered a little bit today. All right. So yeah, let's go to just because it's on the thumbnail. Let's just look at what happened. Very, very bad, boys and girls. This is the worst. One does not simply regard an old ice line from history as support, rally like the Jesus. Then it does it again. Oh, virtually again. But now, I mean, that was in January, April, June. This time, you're correlating to the same ice line, trend line as multiple times, but now it's resistance. I mean, that's the lowest daily candle close on AMC since January 27th, 2021. We're talking multi-year lows today. And at the same time, a key level from history that was once resistance support is resistance. That's confirmed. And what else? I mean, you got a stronger argument for the gap being filled right here. You see this red dotted line. It's hard to see, I know, but that's a gap. Gap's filled. There's another one right around 216. Can't be surprised if we see that over time. I mean, if this one fills, why would this one not fill eventually? Why would 193 but not be achieved? Do you think it probably could? Very good. Hey, below 395? Yes, that's what you would think. You get back above 395. Let's talk about 677 again, 745, which is what happened when buyers defended that level. But not until then. Off limits. Bad news. Okay, so on the thumbnail, a tale of two assets, one being BNB, the other being AMC, and the way they're correlating to trend lines right now, it has been discussed. So I fulfilled the destiny of relevance when talking about the thumbnail and the stream title. All right, that's it. Let's go to Bitcoin. Old Bitcoin. Remember, nothing's changed since yesterday. It's down $50 since we last talked to each other about 24 hours ago, and no movement. But hey, at the same time, no movement. That means you have not made a lower low than the previous discernible low. You have not broken a key support of 25,350 24/7. It's a zone. You're still above it. So, all right. It's like in Scarface, man. Any day above ground is a good day. Any day above a key inflection point that is pretty much trend reversal territory is good. But even if you make the lower low, then you have to come around to make a lower high.
Please. Rest in peace, Cheebs. Thanks, Mitch.
Artist J, man, thanks so much for 15. Yeah, Rip Cheeves, we did give him a shout out yesterday. Rip Cheeves, he's the beta version of the Doge in the memes. Rip him. He was, I think, 12 years old maybe. But he lived a fulfilling life, you know. And he is immortalized, right? I mean, if you become a meme, you are immortal. We will all die. But legacy is important. And your legacy can be a meme. You know? Okay, so that's it, man. I wish there was more to talk about on Bitcoin. Severely oversold. You know, you're at multi-year lows on oversold conditions on the daily RSI. I mean, the lowest levels since the COVID crash, bottom. But the difference is that was $3,850, and now Bitcoin's at $26,150. That's fine, right? So remember, if we're talking about the definition of a trend and a trend reversal, those characteristics that signify the trend reversal have not yet occurred. And they will not occur if buyers are able to actually defend the price where it is now. But if we start breaking this zone, this gray zone you see pictured, then your argument, you know, starts becoming compelling that, hey man, we made a lower low now. But you see, the most recent event so far is the highest high of the entire rally. That's it. The higher low, or the higher high. Wherever you do this, is it going to be a higher low? I don't know yet. The verdict's still out. It has not pivoted yet, and it's only oversold. There's no divergence. So you make a lower low. All right. But even when you make a lower low than this previous low, you have to understand that whenever a pivot occurs, you then have to rally and then put in your first lower high. So there's just stuff that has to happen on a daily time scale that has not yet, and that's all I'm here for, to guide you at least through the trend. And the trend's still fine. Supports are being, I mean, you broke 28.8. That was the next level. Ran straight to it in a day. So that's some nice respect. Okay, anyway, so Ethereum down 0.99%. This one's, I don't think as in good of shape, or like, I don't think you could present an argument as powerful as Bitcoin, because you know for a fact technically where the level is on Ethereum. It's 1730. I mean, thrice in 2021, another couple times in 2022. It's been resistance in 2023, resistance in 2022. Okay, so many times it's been regarded. And anytime you're above 1728, the probability is extremely high for $2,000. That happens. That's happened countless times. But if we talk about what happens to the price when buyers are unable to keep the price above 1728, history tells us most of the time you see 1420. So has the trend reversed? I think you're a little closer to being able to say the trend's reversing, because the difference in the characteristics of price action for Ethereum and Bitcoin is Bitcoin made its highest high in mid-July, whereas Ethereum has confirmed a lower high than the high from April, which Bitcoin, remember, it was a high, and then Bitcoin in July made a higher high. That's different. So you are really close to being able to, someone could do it. Someone could be like, all right, the argument is the trend's beginning to reverse on Ethereum, one lower low away from being able to really say you're downtrending some, at least in the short term. All right, so oversold, but not near as bad as Bitcoin, 25.18. You are oversold though. So, and you did hit your lowest levels since looking like Black Saturday. Okay. That is your Ethereum update. We already looked at BNB. We can go to XRP. That not a good day, man. Not a good day. It was worse. But man, there you are again. Another day. And you back tested the zone that we discussed yesterday on this. That's good. I mean, that is, buyers right now are attempting to defend a level that has been resistance for, let's just say it's been a resistance since it broke in May of 2022, over a year. But at one time in history, it was support. Well, buyers are attempting to do that same thing. They're trying to regard it as support again, and it's virtually being defended and
Maxwell Shockley as a king.
It's Maxwell. Hey man, get yourself some Maxwell Erwin Shockley coffee. Thank you, dude, for the 5 super chat. Welcome to the stream. Shockley's in the house. Thank you, dude. So, just objectively speaking here about XRP, it is above support, and today buyers are testing it and holding it and defending it, and you're above it. That's it. That's what's going on, and that's good. That's like on the bullish bias stuff, right? When you're above support, great. You're in an uptrend already, higher highs, higher lows. Yep, check. So you're in an uptrend. The first bullish back test of a key level is happening, right? It's because remember, it's been resistance for over a year. It hasn't even been a support since 2 years ago, over 2 years ago. So this is really good development. Hopefully it sticks. You better pray for Bitcoin. And we've already discussed about Bitcoin, the fact that it is so severely oversold that going sideways and or just scrub rally seems very possible. That tends to happen when you get so oversold just for a reset before rolling over again and legging down, and then only after that leg down is when you start seeing seller exhaustion on the oscillators. So there you are. There you have it. XRP actually okay for now. And like when you're at these levels, it seems everything's scary. It really is, man. Good God, BNB's about to collapse. It's over for altcoins, probably XRP too. But dude, I mean, like, you show me more than a few assets that are making higher highs, higher lows consecutively in the crypto market. I mean, this is like the area where someone is going to try to strategize some sort of tight stop loss and entry if this proves to be successful after today. This is it. You know, to make targets pretty simple, man. I mean, you could try to be like, all right, there are these couple highs here. There's a high from December 2020, multiple times, close February 2021, a swing low November 20. I mean, that could be your easy first target is 66 cents there. And then your next one will be 76 cents, 92 cents after that. I mean, let's see what happens, man. If it fails, you take on minimal losses, you move on with your day, right? But you're risking 1 to win over 3, almost 4 to 1 reward to risk in this situation. So I'm rooting for the buyers. It seems like they're doing okay today. All right, beating a dead horse or decentralized or centralized horse in the situation crypto. You know, this is not centralized, this is not Bitcoin. This is the enemy of Bitcoin. XRP, Ripple is, right? Ripple, anything being used by the World Economic Forum is not something that you really want to be a fan of. I'm just talking about the technicals. Okay. There's an XRP religion out there. You can find them. Okay. They're actually like, hey, it's their God. It's their God no matter what. Okay. Go ahead and find it. I don't really care about XRP outside the fact that buyers are defending 51 cents. Okay, 50 cents. So those are your bigger coins. Let's look at total. Jonathan, how we doing over there? Did you have a good Monday? What'd you do this Monday? Was it full of intrigue and drama, or was it just chill, relaxed, self-care day?
I like turtles.
Astute answer. Thank you so much, dude.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
So total, no movement. All right. As discussed, it already rejected a key inflection point a couple times over the past 6 months, 5-6 months, and and broke the 200-day moving average. This demand line here, I don't really think it's that big a deal. It's just there. Like, I could just as easily get I'm not going to take action or do anything with that demand line either way, all right? But as long as buyers can keep the price above this June 15th low, it's just a higher low. But the verdict's still out. I think we would like to see some more data here. You were either shorting it or doing nothing, because again, if you flip a chart over and you look at an asset like this, the inflection points and inflection zones, that is where you're looking for all the variables that we covet to take action. If you are now separating and diverging in price away from those inflection points or inflection zones, that is when you are not taking action. You either took action or you didn't do anything. And now you're definitely not doing anything, because now it is impossible to manage risk anytime an asset is that far away from the level where you could set up a reasonable tight stop loss and it made sense to do so. Okay, so let's look over yonder. So, you know, hey, good for the spider today, recovering marginally up 0.65%. But yeah, again, in between inflection points of 420, 450, all right, up and down in between. Their history tells us that. So what are you going to do? You're looking for 420 or a retest of 450 at this point. I'm not trading this. I'm not, right? Just showing you. It's an update. Wow. It's a new piece of data. We just look. Okay. Nothing crazy. Dow Jones down 0.11%, so flat. Nothing burger. Okay, cool. Bearish divergence is all there. And I would think 33.7 would be the next level to test. Again, right? Below 35.6. So you're just deep retraces, man. I think maybe energy would keep this propped up. NASDAQ, that, yeah, again, you had the NVIDIA upgrade, and you had tech stocks that did well too. Just rallying. And is that some sort of, I mean, that's pretty close. Whew. Abandoned baby stuff, like with the little gap there on the, you know, you gap down and then you gapped up. That's abandoned baby stuff. So, never quite got to 13K, which you would think would be the level, but certainly did get to that August 16th. Low, or that high anyway. It was a low that got put in, so maybe a retest of 14,171. We got, again, until the month changes, I mean, we got another 10 days. All right, cool. Up today 1.56%. Russ 2000 ETF, the IWM, I mean, almost piercing line on Friday. Today, it just kind of sideways, no movement, down 0.15%, and then yeah, range bound, out your A range bound, and I'm not really feeling great about three highs that are all near the same, but are all lower than the highs we saw in April 2022, December 2021, November 2021. So your next level is 178 and 173. That's it. Okay. So we want to look at some assets like top gainers like Pan W. My God, you know, just ridiculous. I think it was earnings. Piercing line reversal happened, but earnings, man. Earnings caused this gap up. And you're just in crazy land. I mean, like, think about how stupid it is. This is why, like, trading earnings is so, like, ridiculous, because the asset had a technical bearish breakdown on Thursday. It was confirmed. It was the lowest daily candle close since mid-May or late May. And then, yeah, Friday was the piercing line, and then earnings on Monday, and then just gaps up. So that's it. PPTA that had been showing some awesome stuff, you know, hadn't been following it much. Not at any sort of level, you know, it's up over 10% today, but for what reason? No reason, you know. If anything, you could just extend that. Nice rectangle breakout and nice head and shoulders reversal. I mean, they both played out brilliantly. You should be waiting for an 886 in this situation, right? If you were able to get an 886, all right, let's talk. You could talk about a shark or a bat. Just talking about something like this. You're just always waiting for those deep value areas in these situations, right? If you could get that 216, it might be something you could think about taking a shot on. But until then, you just got to wait on this. Just had a good day today, which looks like it wasn't earnings. Nope. mRNA had a good day today, but still woefully below the levels it needs to desperately be above, right? You need to get back. You need to see the buyers take the price above 122 if you want to see 178. Now, above that level, that's probably where it's going. Just concerning that all that divergence, no demand, no bids, and just dumped again and made its lowest price since November of 2020, just a few days ago. Bad, man, real bad. Here's NVIDIA up 8.5%, heading towards all-time highs. It's like orange juice futures. Cannot be stopped, will not be stopped. And the 1.618 looms at $492. I think if you're at $492, you'll probably see 500 or $499. Yeah, tech bubble vibes. I mean, like, you just don't know how high this craziness could extend. A 2618 is at $730. Not really that unreasonable. If we go back, I don't think this was maybe the best example of 2000 bubble stuff. Because, you know, it wasn't. I mean, look, 2000, man. All right, well, what happened? You know, you pulled back and then you went for that last hoorah. And it's like, where did it extend to? From this high to low. Exceeded a 1.618, but not for long. And then the head and shoulders kind of developed there, and then it was over. So we're not quite to the level of extension that currently that we were in 2001, but getting there. And in hindsight, looking back on NVIDIA's reversal, nice dark cloud cover, and then confirmed the next day. And then you never saw those prices again for many, many years. So relatively speaking, percentage-wise, you're getting there. You're certainly getting there. But nice, dude, nice. Tesla had a great day today, up 7%. Now, this is a textbook, undeniable bullish abandoned baby reversal. We'll see what kind of follow-through we get tomorrow, but yeah, confirmed today with the close. The gap down, the gap up with the small candle, the morning star candle. That's a bullish abandoned baby. Not much besides being oversold. There really wasn't much of a crazy edge or anything. And the buyers front ran that 209, 205 ice line. So yeah, good to see it happen. Just the only thing I'm able to identify is a Japanese candlestick reversal pattern ongoing. But no real bullish back test of the level, the original level, where the most chop is. But I mean, look, I mean, they defended maybe the candle high close from February 16th, sure. Candle low close from June 22nd. I'm sorry, June of 2022. So some levels on the top end that correlated to the original level were tested and defended. So we'll see what happens. You know, attempted rally coming up. Tesla maybe. All right. Applied Materials, killing it, man. So good. Hidden bullish divergence locally. I don't know. Just that engulfing candle on Friday. Look at the continuation today, breaking 145.64. This is a very real breakout level. I mean, look, it's a high from April 2021, August 2021. Versus going to peak from February 22. You broke that today, so this could. I mean, 158.57 will be the next target, the high from November 2021. So incredible. Some of these tech stocks just won't stop. Regeneron, I think, hit an all-time high today. It's insane, man. Yeah, all-time highs on Regeneron. We've got a member of the community that works there. And yeah, just a sight to behold, man. Can't call that not a huge rising wedge, but it just could be a channel. It's a massive channel. I guess your target in the situation would be the supply line around 877. Wow, man. It's not all bad out there, is it? Look at this one on ALB. Now it was up 2.5%, but look at this. Look what's going on. You know, you wonder. You don't know. You never act like you do. That is a textbook completed bullish shark pattern, right? It hit that PRZ. It has reversed. It has gapped up. I wouldn't count on it to not fill that gap. I mean, I think that gap would fill soonish. And look where you closed, just right above that January 8th high, 2021. So you wonder here, how well will this perform? Will it just run to 211, make a bearish 5-0 and roll over because your trend is kind of reversed? Interesting. ALB. Well, look at another one. Looks kind of incredible. I mean, this is like unreal. HCA. I mean, this is healthcare. This is like one of your largest healthcare companies, isn't it? HCA. Well, look what's happened. And I'm just telling, I don't know where this is going to go, but I am telling you, this is where someone could strategize a tight stop loss and an entry, right? Because the buyers have defended this old all-time high from 2021 not once now, but twice, and a slightly higher low there. The demand line of this channel being defended, oversold in an uptrend, above the 200-day moving average. Okay. Wow, first level of positive momentum you've seen on HCA today since July 6th. Yeah, kind of a decent argument for an asset in an uptrend to just manage risk, not to act like you know it's going up next no matter what, and you're so smart. No. Just because you recognize what buyers are attempting to do to an old level for the second time. First time, second time, dang. Okay. And yeah, they're hidden bullish divergence on both oscillators, right? Because you made a low here, then you made a slightly higher low, and you have lower levels on both oscillators. And I love the RSI being slightly oversold while you're showing hidden bullish divergence, undeniably. It's kind of amazing, dude. Like, for real. Trade setup. Yeah. Yes. That's the dream right there. It's a continuation dream. It's not a reversal dream. You know, it's just you're riding the tide, man. Oh, another wave's coming. The rip current, the rip tide is on it. We're going the way the rip current's going. So good levels to get on that surfboard, right? Because you see the wave coming, possibly. Yeah, SWKS, you know, this is a older trade setup. It's still active, no stop outs or anything, just taking a sweet time. Everything's there. I mean, right? The M shape completed, the higher low has been put in, the momentum shifted back to buyers, but unfortunately no breakout. I mean, this is the thing, like it can be a good setup, but if buyers are unable to take out the selling, you know, the sell orders at a key resistance too long, then that's when the trade could very well fail. But for now, your buyers today defending the 200 simple moving average. Kind of in limbo here. We know where the breakout is. You haven't broken out, but the trade's still valid. M shape, inverse head and shoulders. You made your low. You made a higher high than your previous high. You made a higher low. Now it's time to make a higher high, and the only way to do that is to break your previous high from February 14th, which is like 124. So, give me optimistic, just no breakout. Okay. And you know, most of the day pretty chill. Now, there is like retail. Very bad, including Under Armour. I know it's really bad. But let's look at Rite Aid first. Bro, down 9.58%. One of your lowest candle closes ever. A nice wedge breakout to just go back test the level at from history as resistance. Is that it? This is like a 1970 something. It's ridiculous. Look, that's all that happened. It had already broken this all-time low from 1974, and then it created that wedge over months, and then broke out within a couple candles. The first time it confirmed what that 1974 support is now resistance, and that's never happened before, and that's really, really bad. And not only that, it was the 200 simple moving average. And it was 2 days. It wasn't just 1 day. It was confirmed, you know, on less significant time scales. And here you are, back to the basement. So WBA though, lowest price since 2009, and closed below that 2009 level. I think 2650. Shoot, dude, I'm wondering if it goes back. It's like a candle close from 1999. I mean, you can see, like, if I even plot there, it's like way below that. 2003. Look at this, 2010. The spring and the spring back test, beautiful. I mean, this is the stuff you look for trade setups, right? The massive drawdown, and then you see a level from history, and the buyers defend it once, and then, you know, that demand finally subsides, and you get a second test, and that second test is there. That's an actionable area to go long on an asset. It's giving you almost everything you could dream of. And there's probably a miniature shark there too. You got the 4 hour, 12 hour. It's a bullish shark pattern completed at the 886 and was gone. So here we are, unfortunately, talking about the times that once were to the times that are now, where you closed below those levels today and even Friday. And if you want an M shape completed, it would be something like this, right? 60% on B, lower high on C, then 1618 on D. That's the crab pattern, around $19 target. Hey man, you just never know. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not gonna hold here. You're probably stupidly oversold. You have most oversold you've been since September of last year, so it's been a year. But yeah, you might catch a short-term bounce, but man, I think eventually 2135 and then lower. You've seen what's happening to these stores, getting looted and robbed. The chickens will come home to roost. Like they're not letting employees stop them, security, just letting it. Okay, that's your demise. That's the end of your company. It will end with you going bankrupt. Yeah, if you keep letting people just loot and rob your store with impunity. Yep. There are countless videos. Because Twitter is now uncensored. I think it's been going on, but there was someone else in charge. Okay. So, yep, here it is. Bad news. I mean, Under Armour just obliterated today. Wasn't even earnings, just bad. Just bad for the entire sector. GPS, Under Armour, Nike, bad, man, very bad on Nike. Kind of worse than Under Armour, if you believe it. We'll look at that. But yeah, that's a nasty bearish engulfing candle, and you are just back at this swing low from March and April 2020. That's it. That's where you're at. Just better pray that these levels can hold. I mean, it is done. This whole idea is kind of invalid below $7. You don't have much more wiggle room after today. Yeah. Let's look at Nike though. Oh my God, it got worse. Whew, good Lord, look at this thing on Nike. Okay, so it is confirmed distribution. And I'll show you. It's like Adam and Eve. Adam and then the Eve. The V and the U. A lower high double top too. So this level 104 to 105 is undeniably real. It just is. Look, January 2020 was a peak. February 2020, June 2020. Look how buyers defended it years later, over and over. And look how they've defended it in June and then in July. Okay, they defended it twice. But what was the recent data after that? It's pictured. Confirmed distribution below the 200-day simple moving average, rejecting the 200 moving average. That is not a key characteristic of bullish behavior. Okay, it's key characteristic of bearish behavior. With this type of price action, this is the lowest daily candle close on Nike since November of last year. So you're about to be making 52-week lows, and there are unfilled gaps. There's a gap down at $92. Okay, man, this was it. This was the big hoorah from the buyers. ended with a lower high than the previous high, and now a lower low than the previous low, then lower highs than the previous highs, and we're downtrending. Really reconfirmed that today with that break of the key ice line. So your next target, $95, but probably $90. Okay. A lot of downside here on Nike. Another tell of extreme weakness and why you can't be bullish on this asset is there was such beautiful bullish divergence at a support where you've seen it, where if the buyers are really in control of the asset, divergence like this will take this to kingdom come. But if the bullish divergence on the daily with buyers defending the level for the second time only manifests into a significantly lower high than just this previous local high, that's how you know the sellers are in control of this asset right now. Nike, just short it. Virtually. I mean, get it because it's a meme, because just do it, just short it. Yeah, pretty simple. I'm gonna look at the TLT. Let's see how bad this is. This is bonds, okay? So what you want to do if you don't want to buy the actual treasury bonds, you just want to speculate on where the bond price is going next. The 20-year. This hit its lowest daily candle close today since October of last year. You give me one more day like this, and it's gonna take that out. It's gonna take out its 52-week lows, and it's gonna be headed. I mean, look, you could see. Yeah, there's some chop here, but look where the swing low is, like that I would say 88.62, and that would take you back to the levels you hadn't seen since 2011. So bonds are getting wrecked, and the lower they go just implies market participants are implying they think that yields would continue to rise when this thing dumps. Bearish trend, right? Like you see an asset will rally. The sell-offs, the impulses, they eventually end, they conclude, but then rallies occur, and then it's up, and then the bulls are on the clock. The bulls have the ball, and you have a limited amount of time. You don't know when it really ends, but it's like BNB. Think about BNB, and then think about TLT. Forget about yield and all this stuff, and you don't have to think. Just think about the TA, the technicals, and you can see this was the argument that the buyers put in on this chart, right? A substantially lower high in December 2022 than the previous discernible high from August 2022. Sell off, rally, same high. Okay, and then you're just range bound. And then another rally, and then this subtle failed attempt from buyers to even test the top of that range again. And then the shooting star reversal, a local, you see that, right? You get these local tops, but within the local tops, you see the double top, right? Like one high, then the sell off, then the second high, and then Japanese candlestick reversal at resistance. That's bearish. So 3 different times the buyers over the course of 6 months, they put their argument in. And what was the argument conclusion? Well, there are just not even close to enough of us to rival the previous discernible high, which we know was from August, which was at 120. The buyers were only able to get it to 109, 110 max. And then after that, you start seeing okay, lots of weakness. You're back at this level. And then what? What's the new data presenting itself? Not just rejection of the 200 simple moving average, which is awful. I mean, this is what happens in extremely bearish conditions, right? Telling, subtle. But just 1, 2, 3, 3 different highs, and they're all substantially lower than the previous highs, even within this rectangle. So that's like redistribution going on, just reading the price action. And yeah, again, now you've closed at your second lowest price in 12 years. Yeah, 12 years. Okay. So this is good, man, right? I mean, we're just looking at this, but my God, the education involved with some of these charts is incredible. Like just reading the price action, and then the price action and how it correlates to the 200 moving average or to an ice line from history or even a local level, right? All those things. That's like how you actually read charts. Okay. So yeah, I wouldn't call this a harmonic. I mean, it's an informal M shape of sorts. But I think 88.62 eventually. But everyone thinks this. I don't really care what everyone else says. I'm just looking at the levels, man. But on the other side of the fence, on the other side of the bond, is the yield. Well, we go to 20. Why not? And here it is. So you did, as of today, the U.S. 20-year bond yield. It hit its highest price on this chart. I kind of confused here because I thought there was more data. This is only takes me to when data from 2020. What? So anyway, 52-week highs broken out with a candle close, with the highest candle close ever. But if you're talking about the wick, where intraday price action was back in October 2022, has not taken that out quite yet. So there you have it. It's an engulfing candle. It's crazy. It's overbought again. Pretty nice stuff, and it's cool to see, you know, some level like be defended. Spring back test stuff for running again. Crazy, dude. What about the see if I can type in I think it's like once a month or something that it yeah, US 30-year mortgage rate. It's only the weekly. You can only look at it on the weekly. And so you're just looking at, I mean, as of this week, you are surpassing the high from October of last year. And as of this week so far, you're at the highest levels for 30-year mortgages since April of 2002. Man, I'll tell you this. It's like wild, isn't it? And really, I mean, I guess you could say 7.75%. Then you're looking at 8.4% after that. My God, man. Yeah, I'm real close to maybe selling mine. I just can't. I'm not getting my hopes up because there's just things that have to happen. I've got 2 properties for sale. The worst market conditions ever. Yeah, so yeah, I think 8.4%, assuming, you know, I think like right here was a major level, 6.77%, a swing level of 1994, 1998, and it was support. Then it became resistance in 2006 a couple of times in 7 before collapsing. Well, you've just broken that level. In historic price action, it's normally down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So that is the target on the 30-year. If you're talking about technicals, not talking about what's Jerome going to do at Jackson Hole and are we going to pause and do nothing. We're just talking about 8.41's the next target if this is a real break above 6.77%. Okay. Is it really? We should have told me that earlier. Why is... It's okay. No one's watching anyway. It doesn't matter. Okay. So I was just looking at that. Okay, figured that'd be interesting. We didn't look at commodities yet, which I think, like, I think gold is not really a big deal today, but I think silver is a big deal. Okay, I think silver is like, holy crap, some serious development. Look, man, I'm not doing anything different. You have to understand, I'm looking at an effing audio mixer on my screen, and if it's not above a certain level that I've known for years to be the level, then it's good. But if someone's telling me it's too loud and I'm doing the right things, you're like gaslighting me. I don't know. I have no idea why it would be too loud. Jesus. So anyway, look how stupidly good silver is right here. You're making, now you had a low, and then you made a high, and then a higher low, then a higher high, and now you're making higher lows again, where the argument's starting. You make one more higher. It is an uptrend, kind of. I mean, you'd say that. But if there's like no doubt, then you break $26, you head to $30. Yeah, I'm like a girl, bro. Yeah. You're like a scrub joke in my chat, talking crap about me. I've been doing analysis for an hour now, about like 50 minutes straight, with no complaints, just doing the work, right? And you want to like talk crap? Shut up, dude. So look at silver, right? Slightly higher low, locally. So it's a confirmation low, hidden bullish divergence, implying a continuation upward, and back above $23, that key ice line. Key ice line. So first time, like, all right, trade. This is like,
Is
yep,
Bitcoin gonna
easily
these rates?
able
Music
to
sounds fine.
easily able to strategize an entry and a stop loss here. And this could be it. This could have been the last low before the highest high. Yeah, heading back to $26 again. That was like the first target of this trade setup anyway from early July. So okay, dude. The stream's been live for an hour. See what I'm saying? Like the entitlement of someone who just comes in the stream. I've been here. Okay. Non-stop. Been here. So yeah, I think silver, pay attention, please. It is actionable too. Someone could take action on silver if they, remember, you're not a trader. If you're not, first thing you do, analyze, right? Construct an argument to the actual swing trader technical analysis community. If you could present that argument to the TA community, where everyone would consent to that and say, that makes sense for why one would be going long where they are. And it's got all the variables we look for, right? So being able to construct an argument based on traditional technical analysis, part one. Then part two, taking the entry. Part three, setting up the stop loss. Yeah, that is just as important as anything else. Setting up a stop after the entry. Too many people don't have stops set up, they get obliterated, and then they cry the blues, and it's like, how do you have like unlimited losses? You can't this way. You cannot have. You have very limited losses when you strategize an entry at a key inflection point when certain things are happening at that level. And when the trend's on your side too, that's a big help too. So this is really promising on silver. RSI, you said divergence, maybe class C. Yeah, sure. Okay, throw it in the mixing bowl, right? The more variables you have, the better. The MACD, that right there is as pretty as you're going to get it for a continuation on a higher low, a slightly higher low. Add an ice line. You see that positive momentum building today for the first time since last month. All right, Jesus chimes. We have a new day. Gorgeous stuff. All right, let's go to Bitcoin. Hold on. Here it is, your Bitcoin with the new daily candle. No movement after the crash. And the test at 25,350. Severely oversold, so you'd think that the sideways or even some upside is very possible in this type of situation with such a nuclear oversold RSI. And the fact that you're at a support, you're not at resistance anymore. You were at resistance and you kept failing, and then you broke support. You went straight down to support now. So there just might be more time where we're going to be getting like we got today and yesterday and the day before, just kind of like snooze fest while this RSI meanders back to not oversold, which is 30 and above, right? So you might have to wait. Okay, and then Ethereum on the new day, here it is. Not as in a good situation. Like Bitcoin's in a little bit better situation than Ethereum based on the fact that in July, Bitcoin made its highest high and Ethereum indubitably made a lower high. So there was a high, then there was a lower high, then there was a lower low, then there was the same high. You make one lower low, then the trend's reversing. So, and you're close, but you haven't yet. It's very, very close. I mean, like with a candle close, yeah, that wick was 1540. But in my opinion, I can't like Ethereum below 1730. I wouldn't own Ethereum below 1730 based on the price actions history when the asset falls below 1730 most of the time. Not always. Not always. I mean, you know, even in June, it held. But most of the time when the asset falls below 1730, it normally makes its way to 1420 next. And that'd be okay. I mean, that would literally not be a big deal. Still be making a higher low than the one from March. But I mean, below the 200-day moving average, below all supports, the historic ones. Okay, I would just be careful on this one. And yep, it's not as oversold as Bitcoin. It's like 26 or something. So. Yeah, I just think about all these altcoins, man. If like whenever BNB collapses, man, whether it's sooner or later, dude, it's gonna be curtains for most of those altcoins. Yeah, it just doesn't even matter. It's gonna be indiscriminate selling when CZ finally runs out of Bitcoin. I don't even know. Like, he probably has so much Bitcoin that he can offload. I just like where BNB is currently, because we're looking at that now. Here it is. All right, it is confirmed now, chat. Just letting you know, the lowest daily candle close on BNB since Black Saturday. That is a day that will be in crypto history books, and it is deemed that. That's the most watched live stream I had in a long time. I haven't had a live stream that watched since then. Okay, it's been over a year. So that was the day I'll never forget. I know a lot of you never will. But now you're rivaling that? A daily candle close confirmed below the March 20 or the May 23rd, 2021 wick low. I just like it's very bad, very, very bad. Technically, today was the day of the confirmed bearish breakdown. Now it's not. Remember, one thing you should all like. If you take one thing from anything I try to teach or instill in you as a trader or analyst is, or technician, if you will, right? Is it's not about the breakdown. It's about the follow through after the breakdown. So we confirmed a breakdown today. You've already broken. It's always a zone, man. It's 225, 211, and I guess it was 211, 225, and then 218.50. All it's like 31K, 30K, 28.8 on Bitcoin. 3 different ones. You've now formally breached all of them. The big historic ones from 2021. Yeah, I get it. You know, the price action in 2022, disregarding that is extremely volatile. I'm just looking at the other ones. You're below all of them now. But is there enough juice in the tank with it being so over? I mean, God, 20? It's at 20 on the RSI. How can it really collapse with nothing in the tank? You know, I mean, figured maybe it goes sideways for a while, but you broke support. So just based on what I know about BNB and Binance and that exchange and how long it's been around and how much it consolidated, I really wouldn't want to own any altcoin with BNB alone being where it is right now. I wouldn't want to own anything that is a crypto that is not Bitcoin. Just because I know like what kind of damage will happen if BNB starts really collapsing and catches follow through on this bearish breakdown that was confirmed just 8 minutes ago. Dude, it's like you are staring into the abyss. So you were staring in the abyss in May of 2022, June of 2022, July 2022, December 2022, and even June of 2023. But now you have actually broken it, and there's no violence, there's no price action. It's methodical. It is nothing like what we saw in June. That's how bottoms get put in. This is not bottoming behavior. God bless you, though. If you're the one, you have the stones after all the context, right? The buyers had their argument. They put it in. They had over a year to do it. And their argument concluded. Far less of them involved with this asset than before. That's like, this is the worst. Only thing is the oversold stuff. Oversold 20 on the RSI on the daily. That's the only thing that I could think of. It's like maybe the silver lining of it might go sideways or catch a bounce from here and show some divergence. All right. Oh yeah. So I think we had a request. It was Doge. I'm sorry, man. Like, yeah, Doge was the only request today. We'll go to it right now for you. Thank you so much for contributing. For me, if you asked me, because you did, I would never own Doge below 6.5 cents. I don't care. Like, that's it for me. That'd be it. There's a level we've been tracking for like a couple years now. The high from March 2021, the low from May 12, 2022. It's been regarded as resistance in 2022 again, then in December 2022, and then in March of 2023. If you're below that, you're bearish, and that's it. Elon's not going to be here to save you anymore. Like, they've tried to open up investigations. He has so many enemies now. You got the communists, the World Economic Forum, that certain party, right, that wants to censor everybody. Everyone in the world now is against Elon. He's not going to say crap or try to do anything about Doge now. This is the last thing on his effing mind. And if you're below a key support resistance, you would be hands off. You would wait for a long... I wouldn't touch this crap for a long time, man. I mean, you got 4.18 cents for the memes, 4.2 cents for the memes. But, I mean, dude, 1.9 cents? Way lower. This is the bubble that is not yet deflated all the way. Remember, buyers had their chance. They had their chance, lower high. They had their chance, lower high. They had their chance, same high. They had their chance, lower high. The market participants are telling you there are less of them than before. Classic distribution, classic rejecting 200 moving averages as resistance, down sloping 200 moving averages. All very bearish stuff, not bullish. I don't care what happens next. That's right, Caleb. Absolutely. Skin of the rays. Skin of the rays. Sorry, I haven't really read chat much. But, I mean, not like I'm missing anything either. Just chain, man. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, dude. I'm sorry, man. I mean, like, I'm not even trying to, like, be mean or anything like that. It's just... I just can't, in good conscience, want to own an asset that is showing that people are subtly, quietly exiting their positions. It could be two guys. It could be a firm. It could be like one Korean firm out there that had all this, and they are doing it in such a methodical way that it would create complacency for retail. Retail is not thinking about it like the way I'm trying to describe the price action. Retail doesn't think like that. They just think, oh, it's been sideways for so long. It's like, nah, dude, someone's exiting. And they're doing it as to not create a panic, so you don't part ways with your coins before they do. That's what it looks like to me. But I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again. So. And you talk about exchanges, right? I mean, we're looking at BNB. Why don't we look at KCS, KuCoin, and look how bad this is? I mean, is this indicative of a bull trend? Is this indicative of a major reversal coming soon? Who cares if it's coming soon? It's garbage. Less market participants than before, than before, than before. Look at the 200 moving average. You're below this chop zone in 2021. $5 is a major psychological level too. I mean, 500. That's major. You're below it, dude. Wait on KuCoin. You'll just be like, oh, dude, I remember that time you were talking about maybe KuCoin was going to see $2. That's still the target. This is like VeChain below 2 cents. Do you understand what's happening on KuCoin? Fundamentally terrible, right? Fundamentally deaf, because it's a legacy exchange. This is, guess what, man? There's a club and you ain't invited, and that's what the SEC and all the money and power behind the scenes, that's what they've declared this year. KuCoin is not in the club. And KuCoin, so fundamentally, we know the war is on these exchanges, but technically, unfortunately, technicals back up how bad things are about to get, or how they are right now for KuCoin. Dang, dude, I wouldn't like, the most powerful government in the world, financial, I mean, it's like, yeah, the Fed's different. Okay, the SEC though, right? You would just think that on top of a technical breach is very bad, because historically, what happens when that level is regarded as resistance? Well, you go way low, 81 cents. What happened here? You made it down to $2. Oh, okay. Now, it's different though when the market participants break that level and then they regard it as support, as you saw, as a higher low. Where it goes is obscene levels. But that's over now. You are now below it, and you're on the way down the mountain, not up. So to me, I mean, 420 memes, jokes, but look, man, look at that. There's no price action really there. That's Rudy Poo. It's $2 target on KuCoin eventually. Wait, what? Here we go. See, people like, are you projecting your own feelings and emotion? Dude, I'm not mad. I have passion, I guess. Bro, for you to try to say I'm mad is you like gaslighting. I'm not mad at all. My life's amazing, dude. But like, you're the one saying that just because I'm talking about what reality is, and I'm saying it kind of passionately, I guess. I don't know. It's presenting an argument, man. What do you do as a live stream? You want me to talk monotone and just talk like this, man? Okay, and never use inflection. Okay. Don't think it would work, because that's not who I am. So, for the record, very happy. Don't know why you would even say that. It's really weird. But yeah, I mean, it's whatever. That's it. We looked at some stuff that, I mean, you want to know about commodities, the food commodities, besides cattle and cattle futures or cattle feeders. I think coffee's wrecked, soybeans wrecked, wheat and corn wrecked, hogs hanging in there, but not looking good, man. Looking like quite possibly that. I mean, the trend is down. It's lower highs, lower lows on those food commodities, but you were catching some of these recoveries, these bear market rallies, and they're like big violent selling pressure today on some of them. So pretty slow news day too for even stocks, so just know where we're at. This is the way it is, dude. This is the normal market. No idea when euphoria will be back, hype will be back. I mean, we saw some hype on the crash, but that was negative hype, unfortunately. Oh my god, it really ends. Of course. course it did. All right. Yikes. Well, I guess I'll just, I've been live for an hour and 15 minutes, so, and kind of gone over the markets, gone across the markets and stuff like that, looked at different things, and I looked at Under Armour already. I got wrecked. It's not technically dead yet. It's just at key supports from years ago, and it was a bad day for all like retail. That like subsector. We looked at those, and then we looked at Rite Aid and Walgreens. Very, very bad. All right, so I'll be back. Until next time, respect to Chi. Hey.